First topic that I want to go over with you guys is the idea of that talker in your group. Everybody has one, everybody knows who I'm referring to, that person who just cannot stop talking, even when it's off topic and often is about their own agenda or their own lives or just things that aren't applying, and everyone in the group is just cringing. So here are some tips to kind of help facilitate better discussion and combat those talkers. So the first thing that I want to talk about is kind of setting the stage for your group. As soon as they come in, just having everyone sit down and just very aware that you do want it to be an equal discussion across the board from every single person. You want participation from everyone. And so that's something that you're going to be working hard to see, is that everyone is getting an equal opportunity to talk. So setting the stage is really important and something that will help kind of set the tone for the group as you move forward. The second thing you can do is call on specific people to answer. This is a really simple tool to give people an opportunity that wouldn't necessarily volunteer to speak. I know I was one of those people for a very long time. I needed an invitation before I felt like I could share my thoughts. And so for those soft-spoken people, maybe the more of those introverted people, if you want to call on them specifically, that will not only give them permission to speak, but that will let your talker know that you are wanting others to join in and that you're not directing the conversation for them. You can enlist people to answer assigned questions. So this is a really good opportunity to let your talker know that they're valued and kind of calling them out. Hey, John, I would love for you to be able to answer 1 and 5 whenever we get to those questions, because I really value your input. So if you could be thinking about that and then move on to the next person and have them answer their own assigned questions so that everybody's getting a chance to talk and they know that coming up and they can plan for it. Another helpful tip might be interrupting them. It's okay if you feel like you have to interrupt them or it's not going to change. You could start by saying something like, John, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate your insights, but I would love to hear how a few others, what they think about the topic that we're discussing. So group, just kind of ask the group, what are your thoughts about what we're talking about? Does anyone else have some different opinions? And that is a great tool to use. If nothing is working and you're kind of on your last limb with this person, it might be time for a one-on-one confrontation. Take them out to coffee and sit down with them face to face and kind of vision cast for them. Let them know what you're trying to do. You're trying to engage other people. You're trying to build confidence for other people to feel like they can share their opinions and they can be confident in having different opinions. You would let them know that you really value what they bring to the table, that they are comfortable sharing their opinions and you appreciate that. And you just want to continue seeing the group as a whole grow in what they've already figured out and what they're already doing well. And then finally, never underestimate the power of prayer. It's incredible. Be asking for His wisdom and His guidance on how to show love and kindness and discipleship to them. Someone who is talking all the time, they can be perceived as arrogant, they can be perceived as just super confident, but it might be the opposite. They might actually be kind of overcompensating for some feelings of invisibility or just feeling like they're not really valued, and so they're trying to prove that and fight for their voice to be heard. And so even just kind of sharing with them, I hear you and I value you. You don't have to fight for your voice. People value your opinion. And then once a person kind of like learns that, once that is embedded in their heart and they believe it, then you kind of see this ease and this comfortability in just being able to sit back and be quiet. And that might be something that that person needs to learn in this season of their life. So you never know. And that's something that is so incredible with the power of prayer. It's just God giving us eyes to see His people the way that He does.